Complete Control Radio with Joe Sib.
Complete Control Radio, Joe Sib here hanging out with you. First time ever on the show from Portland, Oregon, and I'm stoked about this. Broadway Calls. How are you guys doing?
We're great.
Yeah, we're doing good.
You sound like you're doing great.
We are.
You just finished up dates on the Warped Tour. You did shows with Rancid. You've got a record out. You're on Adeline Records currently right now. I love it. I play the song Call It Off all the time on the show, and I get requests for it.
Awesome. Thank
People
you.
call up and they say, I want to hear Broadway Calls, and then because of the guy that I am, I make it happen. Hey, why don't you guys go down the line, tell me your name and what you do in Broadway Calls.
My name's Matt. I play bass in Broadway Calls.
My name's Ty. I sing and play guitar.
Can you get a little bit more on that mic, Ty?
My name's Ty. I play guitar and sing.
You almost forgot.
Yeah.
What do you do down there?
I'm Josh. I play drums.
There you go, man. First time I ever saw you guys is in San Francisco with the Flatliners.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Man, now have you guys just finished up the tour with the Flatliners? Can you tell me about that, Matt?
Yeah, we did a week with them. It started in Phoenix. Went down there, had some fun in Vegas, and then did like LA, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle. It was all really good dates across the board.
That's great. And the record that you guys are currently out, it's self-titled. I was talking to you guys off the air. It's 2 years old. It got re-released on Adeline Records, home to Green Day, and we got to talk about that. I mean, how did you guys get hooked up with that whole camp? That's got to just be a trip.
Yeah, it
You
was
want to tell the story there?
it was like
Get a little bit more on that mic.
We were at just touring, doing basement shows and whatever, like we have always done. And then an intern for Adeline came to one of the shows and took it back to the office, and the magic happened. It was awesome.
The magic.
Yeah.
The rock and roll dream came true at that point. Josh, does it trip you out that, Green Day, such a huge band, Adeline Records, I mean, everyone from One Man Army's been on there, all the Lookout stuff now, everything. How did that feel to start working with that group of people?
Amazing. Like, we love One Man Army.
Yeah,
Like,
great band.
Yeah, and Green Day, obviously.
Yeah.
But One Man Army is, like, awesome band.
Yeah. What were some of the bands that you guys were listening to while you guys were growing up? I know you're from Portland, or outside of Portland. What were the bands that you guys were listening to as kids? What was something that was on the stereo?
MXPX.
Really?
For sure.
Great. Bremerton right there?
Yeah, just 2 hours north.
Yeah. Great band.
Yeah, we saw them a ton because they'd always play in Portland. But I mean, we listened to everything that, like, on the Lookout Records and Fat and Epitaph and just all that stuff. Compilation records were like the best thing ever for you could pay $3 to find out all these amazing bands, and that was what it was.
Now, you and I were talking a little bit, Ty, basically growing up, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC.
Yeah.
Can you go? I mean, you got to go into that a little bit,
Yeah.
and tell everyone what I said you need to do on this current AC/DC tour.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta.
What were you growing up to in the house? Is this your parents?
Yeah,
playing
my
this stuff?
parents were always about rock and roll. They took me to Eric Clapton when I was 6. I think I saw ZZ Top and Aerosmith all before I was 12.
All right, you're already way cooler than I ever was. Jesus.
So
I still haven't seen any of those
It was
bands.
incredible, and they're still really supportive. They just flew down to San Francisco to watch that Rancid show, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool growing up in that house. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like opening for Rancid? Were you guys nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous. I mean,
Did you see Tim or Lars? Were they hanging out?
Yeah, I mean, it was just weird to see them. It's kind of like they're larger than life.
Yeah.
They're like celebrities to
Yeah.
us, So it was great. It was.
And the show went well.
Yeah. It was. The Aquabats played, and they were really fun. And then Rancid played for like an hour and a half of just nonstop great songs. So.
That's great.
All the hits.
Yeah.
And just almost bumping into Tim on the way through the hallway, like, hey, good show, man. Lars doing his pre-show little stretches out, like standing next to our van. Crazy.
That's great. Well, hey, speaking of great songs, like I said earlier, Call It Off is the track I've been playing. My guest tonight in the studio right now, Broadway Calls. This is Complete Control Radio. Turn it up. This is Call It Off. You are listening to Complete Control Radio. Complete Control Radio, Joe Sib here hanging out with Broadway Calls. They're currently in the studio. Just finished up dates on the Warped Tour. Did a show with Rancid, talking about writing and recording some new material. And you guys are thinking about getting a record out, what, at the beginning, end of next year?
Probably
Summertime?
in the middle. Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah?
Summer's a good time for our type of band to get a record out there.
You like summertime?
Yeah, I love summertime.
Like, when you think of summer, what comes to mind?
Well, going to the Warped Tour, and then just...
Did you guys grow up going to the Warped Tour?
Yeah, we went to... Since 97, Josh and I went to every one, unless we were on our own tour, So like it was like a staple of growing up, and that during the summertime, the first one we saw was like Social Distortion. I didn't even know what Warped Tour was when we went to it. It was just like, I don't even know how we ended up there, but my mom drove us out in the middle of Washington to the Gorge, you know, and
got your
we
mom,
saw it.
man, taking you to Clapton,
Yeah.
taking you to ZZ Top, and then, hey, want to check out this thing called the Warped Tour?
Yeah,
Man.
it was cool. I mean,
You could never write a song about your parents pissing you off at that point. All your songs. Yeah.
cannot.
Next Broadway Calls record should be called I Love My Parents. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Maybe when you guys come back through on tour, maybe writing, recording, you come by and check in again.
Sounds
course.
good.
That sound
Absolutely.
good?
Yeah.
All right, Complete Control Radio. We're dropping right back into it. My name is Joe Sib. Here we go.